Welcome to the Leeds United States podcast, where I'm going to break down the whole season with you this year with my thoughts from an American perspective. Great match week 1. Leeds United won, Everton 0, 3 points on the board. One of 2 promoted teams to get some points on the board this weekend. Burnley got it handed to them. Great match. Great match to start the season off. Just looking at the statistics here, we got almost 55% possession. We won shots on goal, shot attempts. We dominated shot attempts. We really dominated the game. But shot attempts, 21-7. We had less fouls, 0 yellow cards to their 2, 7 corners to their 2, 1 save to their 2. It's better to have less saves, right? Really just a dominating performance. A lot of the question marks coming into the game were, do we have the attacking players to get it done, to score goals, to survive this season? Sure, we might have some question marks, maybe. We did a great job of creating chances, I thought. The new signings, especially that left side, was just on fire in the first half. That Goodmanson, Statch, and Nanto connection there, there were some tight passes and quick feet, and they just did a lot of creative things on the left-hand side, which, created some chances in the first half. Sure, we need to find that 1 or 2 players who can finish, but I think a lot of the goals are going to come from a team effort this year, or luck, as it happened tonight. Are we good, or is Everton bad? I'm leaning towards Everton is bad. They've been kind of flirting with relegation for the past few seasons now. I'm really glad we handed them this one, because 2 seasons ago when we went down, they were the first team to survive. So it was really nice to stick it to them. My favorite quote from this game was from Gabby Goodmanson. He was interviewed after the game. It's on the Leeds United YouTube channel. They interviewed him on the pitch. They said, Gabby, what kind of game was it today? He said, it was the first game. And it was the first game. Great words from Gabby. Very inspirational stuff. Fark said he was a happy man. I'm a happy fan. It was such a fun game to watch. I read a comment on Reddit where someone said this game was we got to see where our offensive question marks are, right? Not a lot of really goal scoring threats. They pulled the trigger though. Nanto had an absolute laser beam from the left-hand side. Left foot, too. Just absolute laser beam right over the top of the bar. I like the confidence. They're shooting. They're just not solid in the shooting department. But, we had Pickford on his toes. So, yeah. Our offense, we got to see where that lacked tonight. Next weekend, it's gonna be. We're gonna see how good the defense can stand up, because the attacking players for Arsenal are quite a bit better than what we saw tonight. The good thing is, the strongest part of our team is the midfield. That midfield is really solid, and they're gonna have to be, because in order for us to survive this season, we're gonna need some help offensively and defensively, and between Ampadu, Tanaka, Statch, Gruev, and Aronson can kind of slide back and play the midfield. I'm very confident with our midfield right now. I think we're really solid there. Defensively, we didn't have to do much tonight, but when they created a few chances there at the end, Everton, we stood in and kept them out, which you gotta tighten up there at the end to win. As far as some other players, I was really happy to see Jack Harrison back. I know he gets a lot of hate from Leeds fans. Oh, you didn't want to stick with us while we were down. It was actually kind of to our benefit because he got to get Premier League experience while we were taking care of business in the Championship. So I'm happy to see him back. I thought he played well when he came on. As far as our attacking play, talk about that for a second. I really like the way that Fark has him playing offensively. A couple seasons ago, when that first season in the Championship, Fark really just relied on his great players, Jorginho Rutter and Crescencio Somerville. They pretty much just had carte blanche to do whatever they wanted out there. He had a lot of success just relying on having the better players. Well, now he doesn't have the best players in the league. So, and you can really tell that he switched up his strategy. Kind of started last season. They played a little bit more team ball, but tonight was all team ball. It's pass, 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 pass. Everyone's taking shots, just not all great shots. I think if their plan is to sign another striker, then it needs to happen pretty quickly. I mean, hopefully we'll see Calvert-Lewin in the next game or the game after that, just to see what he can bring to the team. But we really don't have that guy who can finish or go get us one. Pirou scores a lot of goals, but they're set up for him. So we don't have that guy who can go out there and make something happen. So I think we do need to find a guy who can consistently finish. But again, it's gonna be a team effort scoring goals this season. If I look at the statistics from their match against Man U this past weekend, on paper, Manchester United kind of dominated the game. Arsenal snuck that set-piece goal in off the corner, but Manchester United played a good game, and I'm not all that convinced that Manchester United is that good. So we'll see what happens when we go to Arsenal this weekend. Arsenal's a good team. You don't finish second in the league, 3 times in a row if you're not good. They have great players. Declan Rice, one of the best players in the world, in my opinion. Saka can score. They're scary. However, if we can pressure them, I think we give ourselves a chance to at least get a point out of it. You're not expected to go into Arsenal and take points. So, but I think we give ourselves a chance because I don't think Manchester United is that good, and they gave them a tough time. So, and the good thing with our team is this squad is not scared of anyone. They will. It does not matter who they play. In the relegation season, they beat Chelsea at home, and then they won at Anfield. They won at Anfield for the first time in 100 years. Big clubs do not scare Leeds United, and these players are not scared. Willie Gnonto scored in the first 2 minutes against Manchester United a few seasons ago. They're not scared of anyone. Speaking of Willie, he played with such ferocity tonight. He was my favorite player on the pitch to watch, aside from Tanaka. We're spoiled with Tanaka. He's everywhere. He's all over the place, making great passes, defending great. But Willie was one of my favorites to watch tonight. He was just ferocious. He'll just run right at you. He doesn't care who's defending him. He'll run right at you. He'll take shots. I thought he played an outstanding game. The beginning of the season is just so wild to me because you really have no idea what's going on. I look at some of these scores. You have Sunderland 3-0 over West Ham United. Sunderland good? I don't know. Was West Ham bad? Probably. Shout out to Crescencio Somerville for leaving us to join that shit show. Burnley lost. They're the one promoted team to lose in match week 1. Played Tottenham. Tottenham might be good, maybe. Archie Gray, miss him. But Burnley's going to be bad, I think. I don't think Burnley's going to survive. You got Wolves are bad. Bournemouth, I think, is bad. Brentford's bad. There's a lot of teams that are in trouble as far as relegation goes, which puts Leeds in a really cool position because you only have to be better than 3 of them. And I think Leeds can, just looking at what we see here, I think Leeds can go out and beat West Ham. I think they can beat Sunderland. They have beaten Sunderland. I think they can beat Burnley, Wolves, Brentford, Bournemouth. I'd like to see how they we'll know a little bit more this weekend after we go into London and play Arsenal. We'll see. But I'm optimistic. We got the 3 points. It was kind of lucky, but sometimes you need luck to survive. I think it was a dominating performance, and we deserved the 3 points, regardless of whether it was lucky or not. I think that handball, when I first saw it, I was like, I don't know if I would give that to them. But ref called it, and then I watched the replay, and I still was like, it's pretty close. I don't think I would give it. But that shows you how much I know about the rules there. That was a great finish by Nemeka. I gotta learn some of these new names. But yeah, first look at the season, I think it's tight at the top and tight at the bottom. I think it's gonna be a fun season as far as like the relegation race goes. But yeah, we've already shown we can beat one of them. I'm just so glad it's back. I thought it was so much fun watching Ellen Rowe just go nuts tonight. Let's talk about our new goalkeeper for a second. I thought he made some good saves. I didn't feel how I felt the past few seasons with Meslier. I thought that, we have someone back there who is confident and who we are confident in to make the save, to make the catch. What were some of those passes, though? It seemed like he was giving away possession a lot for no reason, just like boneheaded decisions. So I hope he looks back at that and sees, okay, maybe let's not take those big chances, because some of the passes, it was going right to Everton players, long passes too. We were dominating them, so I think he needs to recognize that, and let's play from the back. I think we had more quality tonight, and just identify that and play to that speed. But as far as like goalkeeping, it feels better than having Meslier back there. You hate to say it, but it's true. And at the end of the day, it's match week 1. I'm happy it's back. We got 3 points on the board. I think Fark said that we need to average one point per match. So we bought ourselves 2 matches, but I think it'd be fun if we go in and shock the world this weekend against Arsenal. It's going to take another team effort. I think this team can do it. Really looking forward to it, and we'll talk next week. Don't forget to like and subscribe.